Today, we are going to talk about the top 15 things to do while visiting the UK. Grab the popcorn and let's get going. Because today, we're taking a virtual trip to one of my favorite places in the whole wide world. A place where they say things a little differently, like cheerio instead of see you later and fancy a cuppa, instead of want some coffee. That's right, we're heading to the UK. We're about to explore 15 of the most stunning destinations this island nation has to offer. From ancient mysteries to gorgeous landscapes, we're in for a real treat. Get ready for rolling green hills dotted with sheep. So many sheep, you guys, it's unbelievable. Charming villages, dramatic coastlines, and cities bursting with history and culture. And you know me, I can't resist a good castle. We might even run into a ghost or two, who knows? So pack your virtual bags, grab your tea and biscuits, and get ready for an unforgettable journey. Let's go. Let's dive right in. Here we are at Stonehenge, standing in the middle of the English countryside, surrounded by these massive stones. I mean, seriously, have you ever seen anything like it? These rocks are huge, and they've been standing here for over 5,000 years. You know, archaeologists and historians have been debating the purpose of Stonehenge for centuries. Was it a temple, an astronomical calendar, a burial ground, a giant sundial, a prehistoric drive-through restaurant? Okay, maybe not that last one. Whatever its true purpose, Stonehenge is a truly awe-inspiring sight. Just imagine the effort it took to transport and erect these massive stones, all without the help of modern technology. It boggles the mind, doesn't it? And the mystery surrounding it? Well, that just adds to the magic of Stonehenge. It's like stepping back in time and touching a piece of history. It's no wonder people come from all over the world to see it. Next up, we're stepping back in time to the elegant city of Bath, known for its stunning Georgian architecture and, you guessed it, its ancient Roman baths. This city is like a living museum, with beautiful honey-colored buildings around every corner. Now, you know I love a good spa day, and the Romans? They knew how to spa. The Roman baths are incredibly well preserved. You can almost imagine the ancient Romans relaxing in the steaming thermal waters, gossiping about, I don't know, chariot races and toga parties. Bath is more than just ancient history, though. Take a stroll down the Royal Crescent, a curved street lined with beautiful Georgian townhouses. It's so picturesque, you'll think you've walked straight into a Jane Austen novel. And speaking of novels, did you know that Bath has been a source of inspiration for countless writers and artists? It's true. So soak up the atmosphere, enjoy a cream tea, and let your imagination run wild. All right, buckle up everybody, because we're heading to the Isle of Mull, Scotland. Just picture this: rugged cliffs, rolling hills, and more sheep than you can shake a stick at. Don't actually shake a stick at them, though. Those Scottish sheep can get grumpy. And you know what they say about Scotland, right? It's like Ireland, only with more bagpipes. Just kidding, they have beautiful music. But seriously, the Isle of Mull is all about adventure. We're talking about hiking, biking, kayaking, you name it, they've got it. You might even spot some amazing wildlife while you're there. We're talking about puffins, otters, seals, maybe even a Highland cow or two. They're like regular cows, but with more hairspray. I don't know, their hair is always fabulous. So if you're looking for a destination that's wild, beautiful, and full of surprises, the Isle of Mull is calling your name. Just try not to get lost in the Highlands. Those sheep can't tell you how to get back. Next stop, Tintagel Castle in Cornwall. You know Cornwall, right? Beautiful beaches, charming villages, and more legends of King Arthur than you can shake a sword at. And speaking of King Arthur, that's exactly what Tintagel Castle is all about. This place is straight out of a storybook, perched on these dramatic cliffs overlooking the ocean. They say this was the birthplace of King Arthur himself. You know, the guy with the round table and the knights. I always thought a square table would be more practical, but then again, I'm no king. But whether you believe in the legends or not, there's no denying the magic of Tintagel. You can walk the ruins, explore the caves, and just imagine all the knights and dragons that roamed these parts. Just watch out for Merlin, he's always up to something. So, if you're looking for a destination with history, mystery, and maybe even a little bit of magic, Tintagel Castle is the place to be. And if you see a sword and a stone, give me a call. I've been meaning to try that. Get ready to hike, everybody, because we're heading to Brecon Beacons National Park in Wales. This place is all about breathtaking mountains, rolling hills, and more waterfalls than you can shake a hiking boot at. Don't actually shake your boot, though. You might need that. We're talking about some serious natural beauty, people. You can hike to the top of Pen y Fan, the highest peak in South Wales, and the view from up there is just incredible. It's like looking out over a sea of green, and it goes on forever. And you know what else they have in Brecon Beacons? Caves. That's right. You can go caving and explore the underground world. Just watch out for bats. Actually, don't worry, they're more scared of you than you are of them, probably. So, if you're looking for a destination where you can connect with nature, challenge yourself, and maybe even conquer your fear of bats, Brecon Beacons National Park is the place to be. Just don't forget your hiking boots and your sense of adventure. All right, everyone, buckle up because we're headed to the Scottish Highlands, and let me tell you, this place is like something out of a fairy tale. We're talking rolling hills, sparkling lochs, which are lakes. For those of you who don't speak Scottish, and mountains that seem to touch the sky. It's enough to make you burst into a spontaneous rendition of Scotland the Brave. Don't worry, I won't do that here. So, Cairngorms National Park. It's the biggest national park in the UK, and it's jam-packed with more wildlife than you can shake a stick at. We're talking red deer, golden eagles, maybe even a wild haggis or two. Just kidding about the haggis. Or am I? And if you're feeling adventurous, there's plenty to keep you busy. You can go hiking, biking, skiing, snowboarding, you name it, they've got it. And if you're anything like me, you'll probably spend most of your time trying to take the perfect selfie with a Highland cow. Those furry guys are just too cute for their own good. But seriously, folks, Cairngorms is a must-see. It's a place where you can truly escape from it all and connect with nature. Get ready to have your minds blown, people, because we're headed to Northern Ireland to see a place that's so incredible, it seems like it was created by giants. Okay, maybe not giants, but it's still pretty darn impressive. We're talking about the Giant's Causeway, and trust me, it lives up to its name. Picture this, 40,000 interlocking basalt columns, all perfectly hexagonal, jutting out from the sea like something out of a science fiction movie. It's like Mother Nature decided to get a little geometric with it. And the best part? There are all sorts of legends surrounding how the causeway came to be. Some say it was built by a giant named Finn McCool, so he could fight a Scottish giant. Others say it was formed by volcanic activity. I'm gonna go with the giant theory. It's just more fun that way. But really, who cares how it was formed? The point is, it's there, it's amazing, and you need to see it with your own two eyes. You can walk along the causeway, take in the stunning coastal views, and let your imagination run wild. Just try not to trip over any giants while you're at it. Get your kilts ready, everybody, because we're headed to Edinburgh, Scotland. This city's got it all: history, culture, bagpipes. And did I mention the bagpipes? It's the kind of place where you can wander down cobblestone streets, discover hidden alleyways, and eat your weight in haggis. Don't worry, they've got plenty of other delicious food too. First stop, Edinburgh Castle. It's perched on top of an extinct volcano, which is pretty darn cool if you ask me. And let me tell you, the views from up there are absolutely breathtaking. You can see the whole city, all the way out to the sea. Inside the castle, you can explore ancient dungeons, see the Scottish crown jewels, and maybe even catch a glimpse of the ghost of Mary Queen of Scots. She's said to roam the halls, but don't worry, she's friendly, I think. But Edinburgh isn't just about history. It's also a vibrant, modern city with world-class shopping, dining, and nightlife. You can catch a show at the Edinburgh Fringe Festival, wander through the Royal Botanic Garden, or just soak up the atmosphere in one of the city's many pubs. Just be sure to try a wee dram of whiskey while you're there. When in Rome, or should I say Edinburgh. Welcome to the Lake District, or as I like to call it, the breathtaking district. Seriously, get ready to be wowed by some of the most stunning scenery you've ever seen. We're talking sparkling lakes, rolling hills, and charming villages that'll make you want to break out in a spontaneous Wordsworth poem. Or, just grab a cup of tea and soak it all in. If you're an outdoor enthusiast, you're going to love it here. Hiking, boating, maybe even a spot of sheep shearing. It's all on the table. And if you prefer a more relaxed pace, don't worry. You can always hop on a scenic train ride or visit the charming local pubs. Just picture yourself by a crackling fire, sipping a pint, and watching the sun set over the hills. See what I mean? It's like a postcard come to life. And speaking of postcards, don't forget to send one to your friends back home. They'll be green with envy. But hey, that's what happens when you visit a place as gorgeous as the Lake District. Just a little tip from me to you. Pack comfortable shoes, a waterproof jacket, and an extra memory card for your camera. Trust me, you're going to need it. Now, let's get exploring. All right, folks, buckle up because we're headed to Loch Ness, home of the legendary Loch Ness monster Nessie. Now, I'm not saying I believe in Nessie, but I'm also not That's what I always say.
Loch Ness, the largest, deepest lakes. Even if we don't spot Nessie, there's still plenty to see. The scenery is absolutely breathtaking, with rolling hills, ancient ruins, and castles perched on the shores, stepping right into a fairy tale. monster-filled fairy tale, but a fairy tale nonetheless. You can take a boat tour on the loch, visit the fascinating Loch Ness Center and exhibition, or explore the charming village of Drumnadrochit. And hey, if you happen to snap a photo of Nessie while you're there, send it my way. I'll the show. Just remember, Nessie, approach with caution. Offer her a cup of tea, maybe a plate of shortbread cookies. They say she has a bit of a sweet tooth. And if she asks for your autograph, well, I guess you're famous now.
Get ready to say Crusoe to Snowdonia National Park in Wales. This place is a hiker's paradise, with towering mountains, cascading waterfalls, and valleys so green you'll think you've fallen into a box of crayons. Whether you're a seasoned climber or prefer a leisurely stroll, there's a trail here for everyone. You can even take the Snowdon Mountain Railway to the summit of Mount Snowdon, the highest peak in Wales. And trust me, the views from the top are absolutely incredible. Now, I know what you're thinking. Ellen, hiking sounds exhausting. Can't we just sit back and enjoy the scenery? Well, you're in luck. Snowdonia is also home to charming villages, cozy pubs, and even a steam railway. So you can experience the beauty of the park without breaking a sweat. But seriously, pack your hiking boots. You don't want to be the only one missing out on all the fun. And hey, if you see a sheepdog herding sheep, give it a little whistle for me. They're incredibly talented, those sheepdogs. Just don't try to tip them. They only accept belly rubs as payment. Welcome to the Cotswolds, everyone, or as I like to call it, England's Pinterest board come to life. Seriously, get ready for charming villages straight out of a storybook. We're talking cobblestone streets, honey-colored cottages, and more tea rooms than you can shake a scone at. And speaking of shaking things, you won't find much to shake up this peaceful countryside. The Cotswolds are all about slowing down, smelling the roses, or maybe the freshly baked bread. Either way, it's delightful. Imagine strolling through ancient villages, popping into quaint antique shops, maybe even spotting a sheep or two along the way. And if you listen closely, you might even hear the sheep whisper, "Psst, want to see a picture of my breakfast? It's on Instagram." Don't forget to pack your comfiest walking shoes and your biggest appetite, because the Cotswolds are best explored on foot and with a hearty dose of afternoon tea. And by tea, I mean tea and like a tower of tiny sandwiches and cakes. It's the English way. Hold on to your kilts, everyone, because we're heading to the Isle of Skye, a place so magical it makes you believe in fairies. And Nessie. And maybe even haggis that doesn't try to run away. Skye is like Scotland turned up to 11. Think rugged mountains that pierce the sky, dramatic coastlines that'll take your breath away, and more shades of green than a leprechaun's wallet. It's basically impossible to take a bad picture here. You can hike to cascading waterfalls, explore ancient castles perched on cliffs, or try to spot the famous Highland cows. They're like regular cows, but with better hair. And they probably know the best places to find Nessie, but they are not telling. So pack your sense of adventure, your raincoat, because, well, Scotland, and get ready for an unforgettable journey through the breathtaking Isle of Skye. And if you see Nessie, tell her I said hi and that I'm still waiting for that selfie we talked about. Welcome to the Cliffs of Dover, or as I like to call them, the Grand Canyons of England. Okay, maybe not quite as grand, but still pretty impressive. These iconic white cliffs are like the welcome mat of England, greeting visitors with their majestic presence. Just imagine, for centuries, sailors have looked upon these cliffs as a symbol of home. And who can blame them? They're stunning. I mean, forget postcards. Just show someone a picture of these cliffs, and they'll know exactly where you are. Now, I know what you're thinking, Ellen. They're just cliffs. What's there to do? Oh, honey, you have so much to learn. You can hike along the cliff tops, breathe in that fresh sea air, and pretend you're in an epic movie montage. And don't forget to look out for wildlife. You might spot some birds nesting in the cliffs, or maybe even a seal frolicking in the waves below. Just, maybe don't get too close to the edge. We need you back for the rest of the tour. Hold on to your kilts, folks, because we're whisked away to the Shetland Islands. This archipelago, way up north of mainland Scotland, is like Scotland's little secret. And trust me, this is one secret worth sharing. Picture this: rugged cliffs, rolling green hills, and a coastline that'll make you want to grab your camera and start snapping away. But the Shetland Islands are more than just a pretty face. They're steeped in history, with a Viking heritage that's still evident today. You can explore ancient settlements, learn about the island's fascinating past, and maybe even try on a Viking helmet. And if you're lucky, you might even spot some adorable Shetland ponies. They're like the celebrities of the animal kingdom, small, fluffy, and always camera ready. So whether you're a history buff, a nature enthusiast, or just looking for a unique adventure, the Shetland Islands are calling your name. Just try not to get too blown away by the wind. Well, folks, that's a wrap on our whirlwind tour of the UK's top 15 destinations. We've seen ancient stones, conquered castles, and maybe even spotted Nessie along the way. Okay, maybe not Nessie, but a girl can dream, right? I hope you enjoyed this virtual journey as much as I did. If you did, give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more travel adventures. And don't forget to share your thoughts and travel dreams in the comments below. Who knows, maybe your suggestion will be featured in our next video. Until next time, happy travels!